My name's Christine Baker. I am Grayson's wife. I am 42? Yeah, 42 years old. I am a store manager for Starbucks.
And then my name's Grayson Baker. I'm thankfully her husband, and I'm actually 23 years old. I'm an Army veteran, and I'm a store manager for Starbucks.
We met in South Carolina at the Starbucks that I worked at. Grayson was my customer who, before the transition, who basically became one of my kids. My store became a safe place for the LGBT youth, and Grayson used that as a safe place, and that's how we met.
I'd spend 8 to 10 hours there a day,
Yeah.
just because it felt more welcoming and it felt safer than home at the time. And it was a place for me to actually start to branch out, start to get comfortable with myself, and start to actually meet other people and realize that, it was
You're not
okay
alone.
to actually talk to people, and that I wasn't alone, that I wasn't quite as different as I always felt I was. So I've actually been going to Whitman-Walker for about 1.5 years now, and it's been a great 1.5 years. I mean, every time I walk in there, I may not know some of the employees' names, things like that, but there's, someone's always smiling at you, someone's always welcoming you in. It feels like a second family, even if you don't know them on a personal level. There's
that's true.
so much connection there, and such a feeling of welcome and acceptance and a sense of camaraderie that you don't always get either where you're from or in your own, blood family, or even just being out in the city itself. It's,
I would say they get the same feeling for family as well. So even though you may not be a patient, just the fact that you're there with a patient of theirs, you become a part of their family, and they tend to remember you as well. Like, I don't know most of their names, but they know me when I walk in. Hey, how are you, Christine? How's Grayson? So that's always fun. It's a nice feeling. As far as Grayson's transition, I like to say that Grayson was in the closet from himself for quite a while. I knew Grayson was Grayson before he did. So it was a lot of self-acceptance and a lot of allowing him to be him and finding that for himself. So once he found it,
then I actually started looking online, trying to find someone that I could talk to, trying to find how do I take that first step then. And I actually had the opportunity to meet with one of the psychiatrists through his private practice. And that's where he actually let me know about Whitman-Walker. Because at the time, I was new to the city, new to this side of the town, and so I didn't really know much about where anything was, what opportunity and was around here. And he let me know about him, and from there, I actually started meeting at Whitman-Walker, and it was the smoothest integration to being a patient that I've had anywhere. And
it's very true.
any questions that I ever had, they've been right there to answer. Everything's just been so easy.
I think it's also about the training level. They're all very well versed in everything that they're dealing with their patients, whether it be on a women's health level or a medical level or a transgender level, whatever the case is. Whatever you think you have concerns about, they already know. And they're able to bring that forward for you even before you have the courage to say so yourself. So that's wonderful.
Whitman-Walker makes me feel proud and feel accepted. And it has helped given me the courage to help others. Part of the reason that I joined the Army to begin with was I wanted to do something more than myself. That's one of the things that I'm most proud of being Southern raised was I was very much raised to help others and to help look out for more than just me. And the Army helped me do that. It gave me an opportunity to serve something that was so much bigger than myself. And working for Starbucks, I still have that opportunity to do volunteer work. I'm able to actually volunteer with veteran groups, with the LGBT youth, and I'm actually very involved with our Pride Alliance network.
Yeah.
So I'm able to help other, LGBT partners either find Whitman-Walker, find the resources they need to help them even further on their journey, to find friends, to find that community that, sometimes gets taken for granted. And a lot of people like to think that in DC especially, that there's no LGBT problems, that because it's so much more open, that there's very few issues, that it's all roses and sunshine, and unfortunately, that's not the case. There's still families that kick their kids out, that still happens, and to have Whitman-Walker be so comfortable with where they stand on everything, to be so loud about welcoming everybody in, no matter what you're seeking, to me that's incredible. So the more that I can do to help bring attention to these resources that really are there, the better, because I didn't have that. I got kicked out at 17 because of it, and I still don't really talk to my father. I've heard a lot of negative things from the man, and I don't want others to go through some of those same things. I don't want people to go through that same pain that I went through. We're wondering, is it really worth it for me to wake up tomorrow? What is going to be better for my family, for the people around me? And I don't want others to know that same level of pain, to know that same level of being alone. It's not a good place to be for anybody. And I've been blessed by my wife and my mother and some of my family. They've been a great support. I've been blessed with that, and I'm grateful for it. But not everybody's got that. And if biological family isn't going to be there for you, then some form of family needs to be. Some form of family will be.
So I'll say, you ask what we're passionate about. For me, I always was passionate about gay and lesbian youth, mainly because I was lucky enough to be raised in a situation where I didn't have to worry about that. I had acceptance around me no matter where I went. So to go to a situation like in South Carolina, where he's from, where these kids, their only outlet for safety was Starbucks. So to be able to come up here and to find a place like Whitman-Walker and know that that work is still being done, to give these people, these kids a place to feel safe and to get the help they need. I use that on a daily basis with one of my own partners at work, who happens to be LGBT, who doesn't have the best home situation. So for me, I'm passionate about what basically Whitman-Walker stands for, which to me is hope. It's hope for the next generation. "20 years from now, I would hope that, yes, Whitman-Walker may still be here, but I would hope that the need for such a specific type of safety net isn't necessary. That the same openness, the same family, the same love, compassion, and security can be found in every door that you walk into. That every child knows the joy and safety of being able to say to their mother, their father, their family, their friends, their boss, hey, yes, I may have been born Susie, but I'm actually Mark, and that's okay. Well, that's great. Let's get and work what we need to do to get that happen. I would hope that as a race we've come far enough along that we can recognize that a person is more what's in here and not what you see on the outside. I don't know, we see you basically, I see the real you, not what your mother made you, not what your father wants you to be, but I see you, who you really are inside. We see you as, to me, it's a tagline that is more of a phrase to live by. It's like with this one, I saw him before he did, and making it okay for him to see him. So when I say I see you, I see the you that you really are, the you that's in here.
For me, it's a lot of the same, but also it's that You know, when we see you, it's, you know, the idea of gays hiding in the closet, that kind of idea of having to be hidden, having to pretend to be something else. You know, when I was growing up, the idea of the mask, you know, of traditional masquerades, the mask, things like that, the idea was always fascinating to me. And at the time, I didn't really understand why. And yeah, it emphasizes the fact that we are all different, and that's great because we can all help each other learn something else about ourselves, about each other, and the opportunity for growth over the years is outstanding.